Round 3 has started, and the players, I mean, limitless timer is going, so this is going to be a, how long did they take to find out the limitless timer is going? But that's on them if it goes to time. We nearly went to time in the last game because of how down to the wire it went for Philip. But I mean, if it works out, it works out. And gonna be playing into his opponent, Duck Nugian. If anyone knows how to pronounce it, is it Duck Duke? I don't know. I do my best as a plebeian Englishman. But looks like we're gonna be seeing Armour Vaccine going first. Having these Salamons is pretty cool because this is very strictly like yellow magnet. Like there's a couple of ways of building Armour Vaccine. But taking a look, like this is just yellow magna turbo. But we are open passing, which does not feel good. It means we are missing several crucial pieces. Obviously, like rapid is like crazy good if you want to like put pressure on, or like the Patamon is crazy good, but I mean if you're gonna burn a security to hand, that's certainly one way to sort things out. They were not past the lot. Ooh, emissary, okay. So choosing not to burn and just trying to keep the ratio of cards in there nice and high. We do not recover one. There's no TK. Oh, okay, that was the draw. Okay. So yeah, they do get the draw, of course, because draw for Digivolve, game rule, but no recovery. So they did have to burn one whether they liked it or not. But they do live. Don't you dare drop a second. Okay. They must have drawn the TK this turn, because I do not see a world where the TK just, you know, you didn't do it. Turn 1. But I will say they're set pretty nicely. Obviously, Mirage, Zudo comes out and just blows this out of the water. But, well, no, you don't give them 4 memory short. Well, never mind. Yes, you do. You know what? Because we had to open pass, I think they're just gambling on it being such a slow start. Which I don't hate. I do now hate because the rapid is back in hand, BT 14. Is that a war criminal BT 14 or is he BT 15? New TK would load it straight back in, but instead we're gonna go for the memory setter because we were past 4, so we can do this and keep turn. And I think he can just, I think if I'm seeing that correctly, that security, no, either security or his hand has a BT 13 TK. I think he's just checking to see if his opponent wants to cut them, because we did see him, we've seen players cut Mastermon security, but I mean, Armour Vaccine go into their security so often, I don't think you care enough. I think it's just the exercising futility. Gonna reveal the Rapidmon, which is gonna be put to the bottom. Yeah, so you gave them 4, and I just don't like it. Like, yes, you took a chip off the board. Yes, you took the threat of Awakening Magna Ace off the board, but you did just give them a memory setter, a Patamon, and a guaranteed hit for free, basically. So I'm not like a colossal fan of. I'm not a colossal fan of that. All right, we're gonna see the Gaomon does hit the Thomas, but trashing off the rest of them. I don't get why Mirage players are allergic to that card. I'm so happy to see Philip just playing another Gaomon name that searches, because search is fantastic. So many Mirage players are so afraid of, bro, it trashes my cards. But you know what? You play blue. Bottom deck is the same as trash. You're never seeing these cards again. Yes, I guess in a grindier matchup, like, you know, Levia was pretty close to decking out. Like, yeah, I guess you get closer to it, but I don't know. Consistency pieces are kind of huge. If you have to dig for things, why draw when you can just actually rip them off the top? Well, you can actually just find them and not have to rip them off the top. Does look like Duck doesn't have a proper extension here though. And in fairness, there's no way that he knows about the Veemon. Like, if he swings here, he tries to clear Vike, but instead we're gonna get some search whilst we can, which I don't hate. Does find a tamer and another vaccine, so that Kudamon goes foolish. That's a training. Yeah, training in hand. And still one memory to play with. Gonna find Heaven's Judgment, which I think is kind of unnecessary. Gonna swing through, gain 3. No Veemon to be seen this time. I just don't think there's any, like, I don't think he's done anything particularly wrong here at all. Like, slow start, but we are stabilized. And obviously Philip getting up relatively slow. Like, we do have a level 4 in back. We do have 2 trainings. And if we hit security one more time, that could be a Thomas that completely flips the game on its head. Philip sitting comfortably in this chair after having the craziest game steal of all time in security, plus also from some fantastic deck building. So, I don't know. It feels like every game that we've seen him win so far has been from a, bro, I don't know how he makes it back into this situation. He looks kind of cooked. But, here we are. Open pass. I think we considered evolving, but we're just going to play the Thomas to draw 1, and then Thomas draws another Thomas, and then Thomas draws something else. We are missing a 5. We're either missing a 5 or we're missing a 6, and he doesn't want to play on board because he gets blown up. Heaven's Judgment got revealed off of the training, so he knows that he can't play on board. He actually just has to assemble the Avengers and kill him immediately. Having the Thomases is actually pretty big in terms of like making sure that you can extend when you get there, but I think he wants to see a memory setter. No, minus 4k into security, so the Veemon's still gonna be big enough to get the Armour Purge down, but that reveals that the Veemon is 1 in the list and 2 not in hand. Because I would be shocked if Philip's running that at more than a 1-off. If he is, then power to him. Colossal W's all around, but yeah, no, I would be shocked if we were committing that. Gonna pick up with the TK a brand new rookie, but we pass turn? We do pass turn off of it. So it gets the 1-shot for another basically non-turn, never mind. TK is gonna give us back the memory, and you know what? So is Patamon. And we're gonna give both back as well. So all 3 of them gonna combine for a 1-cost memory setter, which is going to give us a rookie in the back as well. But it looks like we're missing the Awakening. Like, I wouldn't hate Digimon Emperor being done here. We are going to get the Armor Purge down. And this does now, paradoxically, mean that we are looking at Patamon that could evolve again. Yep. Drop a Pillarmon and pass. Can't argue with it. If there's no level 5, there's nothing to play. Whoa, we're pushing out. Alrighty then, chat room. Surely this doesn't kill. Surely this doesn't kill. There's no way that his life is in mortal danger. We are going to swing over the Patamon. And then we're going to tap. Yeah, you know what? Before we can even get too deep into the predictions meme, yeah, like, it's just not happening. He is just going to play it safe, and he is just going to clear the board. Or get as close to it as you can. Take the Patamon off, take the Kudamon off, and just leaves it with a Salamon, which is just going to burn 1 at start of start a main phase and a Pillowmon. Swinging at security, I'm less keen on. Blech. Yeah, I mean, reveal the Rapid X. I mean, if it's gonna be at the bottom, you might as well. So yeah, that's big. Ice Wall? I mean, it's a one-off for a reason. It stole a turn in security before, but it's not in security this time. It's still probably just gonna steal a turn this time instead. And for our viewers on Twitch, we do have the prediction starting as well. You can see it already on you can see it on the main screen, but yeah, if you want to vote with channel points, you can engage in some cheeky predictions. We love. Let's go gambling. Are we? Is this a judge call? What are we doing? I just saw a hand raised up, so I think we're judge calling something. Is it? Are they querying how the Salamon works? Salamon. It's not EX6, it's not BT16, it's BT15. Man, they've had so many Salamon. Oh, Salamon's a PNG. I'm not putting the thing train. If you have 3 or more security cards, you may add the top card of your security stack. If you have 2 or fewer, you may place one. So, are they just querying whether they like see each other back to back? Whether you go, if you have 3 or more, add it to hand first, and then now that you have 2 or more, you get to load to top or bottom. We don't have audio for like what they're doing, so I'm not fully sure what it is that they were querying. But whatever it is, down to 2 security and back to the beginning. Which, yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but whatever it is. Down to just 2 cards in security. I mean, rookie in the back, so Philip is set for next turn, but I think he's going to have to start committing bodies to board. Yep. Both draw 1. Crack training, go for 0. Both draw 1. Ooh. Memory. Wow, he actually just makes it back here. Bounce. He's bouncing the pillow. At the start of main, that's a free recovery. Because the Pillowmon is a vaccine. So by bouncing the Pillowmon, the Salamon is just going to be a free recovery. But that's only if it makes it back. We're going to evolve for 4, and then we're going to gain back 3, which is not going to be enough to gain back turn. So it's still going to be an expensive Evo, but now that the Heaven's Judgment is gone and the board is cleared, it does mean that it will live, which is pretty massive. Because Mirage himself, I believe, is just 12k, so it would die to single body on board plus Heaven's Judgment, which is relevant. Like that is incredibly relevant. Ignore those scores. We are not looking at a already over game, but I mean that's how Philip made it to this point with the 2-0, and he's gonna be looking to try and do it again. And things have swung pretty back in favor of Mirage. Patamon is there, but we know that one of the security is a Rapid X. So you really just need trainings, but the problem is that look how many cards Nukin has in hand. He has to just go neg. which means dropping the pillow. Dropping the salad's not bad either. Because you go -1 from hand. Yeah, Heaven's Judgment for 7. Again, just clears board. But this time we at least have a rookie in the back. So if we have the pieces, we're looking good. So you can see why so much effort was invested in making sure the board was cleared, because all it needed was 1 to come back. But really, really well done there from Nugan. Just completely spins it back. Spins it back to at least even. The fact that we haven't seen instant promote implies that we're starting to run out of the search pieces that allow them to actually get what we need. We saw a lot of draw power before, but we are going to promote. Unsure about what it is we're committing. It's either going to be another draw, another double draw, or it's going to be a search. Looks like we're going to go for the search. Do find the Thomas, and we do find the level 4. Oh, no, to the trash. Goodbye, burst mode. Very important. Especially with the deck so thin, you would actually see cards that you bottom deck here, so trashing, very relevant. That's why players are scared of it, because, well, what happens if I lose my burst mode? It's like, well, you were probably in trouble anyway. If you weren't picking it up, then you were in a position where, yowzers. This one is just going to be the bouncer level 3. So, I mean, relevant. Squeezing every little bit of memory out that he can. We have a Zudo, and surely he's not holding the 3rd Heaven's Judgment. I think, ooh, Hankamon, okay. Play out the Gaogamon on draw. It's crazy that this Gaogamon has functioned as a mill piece. Like, it's so weird that like these like raw draw things have been making it so that like he's unironically playing like this really weird like mill mirage. But this should just be game here because he has a bajillion memory. We have an unsuspend and we know that it's a Rapid X. And it is bigger than Rapid X. Hunker is just going to completely suck it back up. There's the Rapid X and then, yeah, swing. So Philip is going to take game 1, but predictions were for the entire set. So the 98% of points that were on Mirage, they're not quite safe just yet. And if it goes to a draw, then everyone gets their points back. Free of charge. But yeah, that's it's just proof that even Mirage was so slow out of the gate. Obviously, like, we didn't see Magnet X at all, so it's not like rapid like it was rapid beatdown. Like we didn't see any level 5s on the side of Armour Vaccine, which I think is why we see the pile shuffle here. Clearly just not seeing a lot of the pieces that they wanted. So it is what it is. Shout out to palindromic viewers. Do have the 13 over on Twitch, 31 over on YouTube. Big numbers. Love to see it. And if you put them backwards against each other, you know they read the same way. It's pretty sick. I love palindromes. But I also would like to see, I would also love to actually see Armour Vaccine get to do what they need to. Because I don't know. I think they are one of the decks that actually can like stand up to Mirage in terms of speed. Especially if you do get to swing these rapids and they make it back to you and then just turn them into awakened Magnas. Especially with Philip's list, it feels like it's incredibly belligerent versus the Magnet X matchup because we haven't seen BT13 MirageGaogamon, which is something that a lot of players, Mirage players, started investing into, was the MirageGaogamon, the stops your attack target from being switched, which just kind of makes it so you could just play through Magnet X, because yes, they're unprotected, but you as a Digimon cannot be blocked. So it allows you to just kind of donkey roll through. Especially, you know, when you have jamming, it means that if you hit heavens on the first jet, you can still be a pretty big burst mode. But yeah. I mean, if you just want to go for the things that, if you just want to have more kill power, and you know, if you hit Magnet X, you hit Magnet X, so be it. I vibe with that deck building immensely. What you don't see simply can't hurt you. And in game one, we did not see the Magnet X's at all. So we're just gonna see a rookie go neg from hand, and the Bukamon first check. Oh no. And a mem setter nice and early this time. Patamon out. Does it hit? Hey, why are we thinking? Oh no, no, not when you're down a game. Ooh. So I will say, like, Mirage was slightly more, it was definitely more interactive in this game. Normally, that joint do be the least interactive thing possible. And we're just gonna see a very expensive, actually no, not even that expensive. He was choked to 1, so paying 4 is memory efficient. But yeah, Blue Dog, it runs our fade every single time. I hear that, like, in NA, Blue Flare is like the blue demon that will just keep showing up, but here in Europe, it's this damn dog every time. Ice Wall, the one-off, showing up for the 3rd time. Big up. Also, big ups, BB Deuce. Congrats on your top 16 with Virus Imperial. Truly the greatest to ever do it. And we're going to swing for effectively 10k here. Swing straight through the the Gaogamon. Please show me Awakening. Rapid X. So the problem with Rapid X here is that Mirage kind of doesn't care. They don't go sideways at a value that actually matters here. So they're still... The Rapid X, I guess, is just making it stickier. You are a bigger body. It means you can now swing slightly more belligerently into security. Another burst mode going to hit the trash. But, I mean, if he already has one, he does not care. The only thing I would have been, like, moderately scared about is, like, in theory, DP minus just got a whole lot better. But that looks like a Mirage in the back, so... Oh, Mac in the back. If you can make another game action... See, the problem is, also, all of your level 4s are so expensive. So, a Mac in the back is pretty safe because we do have the memory setter. So, there's not really any game actions that Duke can make that actually, like, feel good. Because the mem setter just passes turn. The rapids, if you were to make one in the back, passes turn. I feel like you have to swing the Rapid X. You have to swing the Rapid X if you want to try and speed up the clock. But of course, if a Thomas or training pops out of security, you lose the game right there and then. But howdy, new viewers. Nice to see y'all in chat. And we're just going to beef up the security. It's going to gain back the memory because we did heal it. So, you know, not bad. A 2-cost level 5 never feels... It wasn't even 2 costs. It was 1-cost level 5. Never feels bad. Admittedly, this is a 1-cost level 5 that is going to turn into a 4-cost level 5 as soon as that as soon as that Mac leaves the breeding area. Now what what are we taking out? Unfortunately, from this camera angle, we can't actually see what's in there. It's going to reveal the Emissary of Hope. Interesting. Defensively, not a particularly useful card. There's no Patamons in security at all. Well, there's no Patamons in trash for it to bring back anyway. Might as well, don't hate it. And you just gotta hope that what you recovered was good, or what else got shuffled in there is crazy. Crack the training, 1 cost Evo into Mirage, bounce, level 5 back to hand, so we're gonna be gaining 3, so 0 cost Evo. Forget 0 cost, plus 3, plus 4, 5, I don't know. We're on intended line rather than pseudo, so we're seeing pretty much everything that you could want to see. Pretty good. Full moon meteor impact, and it keeps turn. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Philip is playing control. Gonna swing in. Magna X. This is why the matchup has been so difficult. We have just not seen Magna X, and you just saw how much Rapid X just doesn't matter. It has not done anything outside of... No, it just literally hasn't done anything. It has allowed him to be slightly safer into security, and that quite literally has not mattered. I don't know what you do in this situation. In fact, I'm not even sure fully why we raised up. Actually unsure. Unless it was to play Heaven's Judgment for 7, in which case, fair. Because, what? Emissary? That is one way of doing it. If you know there's level 4 in there, yeah, you get the suspension, but more importantly, you get the -5. Rapid is a 6k base. Why do I not have BT8 Rapid? Some of the cards that are missing from my card pool are just baffling. This is what happens when I stop doing overlay footage. Real ones, no. Back in the day, the Elixir gameplay channel was 2 uploads a month. DPP, highest quality uploads you've ever seen. In terms of production value, not the gameplay quality. I was ass. Can it swing over Mirage here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. On BT8 is only 6k, so -5 on Mirage brings it down to 7. So we're still slightly too small, and there's too much security as well. Too much security as well, but that'll do it. Here we go. We've finally seen Rapid X do something. It is crazy to me that this is how the lines have been going, because gang, I can't lie, I took a sneak peek. I took a sneak peek at this list, and it's just mathematically, this is just not how this should have been playing out. But I mean, you make work everything that you got. And of course, the emissary that was taken out of security with the mem setter, Negan's done a fantastic job of just staying in the game through like loaded decisions. Like, there's been very few decisions that he's made that have just been like, why are we doing this? Everything has just been straight up solid. Crack it a boost. Woo. Drop a rookie, then crack, or drop the 4, then crack the training. Bounce the Patamon back to hand to make sure that little rascal isn't going to be robbing us. And then make a second Mirage, yeah. I mean, it worked for Philip last time. We weren't super huge on this line because Heaven's Judgment is just a utterly demonic card, but I mean, yeah, he's committing 7 to kill your stack. But the thing is, this time is you don't have a rookie in the back, and you have put the Patamon in raising. And that probably does set off alarm bells. We might be going to a game 3. Obviously, I don't hate the line, because it is the reason that he's currently up a game. Because he did the exact same thing last game. Admittedly, in a slightly better position. But yeah, he did the same thing last game. And it worked out for him. So can't hate the process. Was that an open pass? Just no, but no. Heaven's Judgment. It's close to an open pass as you can get, and of course he draws the rookie. Philip always draws into it when he needs it. Right. Gaomon to draw. I mean, it's a body that could get shrunk. Patamon is about to do the craziest. Oh, gain back the memory. This, I hope it turns into a level 5 for your sake, Philip. Or that you drew a second level 4 that will draw you a level 5, because I don't know, Chief. I think you're in danger. We're going to see the Ice Water past 10. Ooh, and the Patamon whiff. Not ideal. You can tell that we were kind of expecting that to hit. So now we're just trying to figure out where we actually go from here, because your play just got significantly more more difficult with how that just shaped out. Okay, looks like we do actually have a follow-up. Do you have a ruin mode? Okay, no. Here comes the rapid. Rapid is going to shrink it, and then we gain back 2. Obviously, having to pay for it is less ideal than just high rolling that thing. If he'd high rolled that, that would have gone crazy. But I'm going to swing in for the last one, and then, yeah, swing through. So, damn. Game 3. So that 2% of people, they're hoping for the vaccine armor win. Probably feeling pretty good about that. But still, about 10-ish, well, 11 minutes on the clock. And now I'm really curious to see what they can do. No power shuffle this time, because I think both of them pretty aware of how rough the time is left. So gonna be seeing some speedy actions. Right, keeping pretty early hands. So yeah, final game. Gonna be having Mirage go first. Early Tamer. No Patamon on hand 1. I really am not a huge fan of like turn 1 Salamon. It is what it is. Not a mem setter, so you don't hate the evolution in the back here. Obviously, it's not a when digivolving. This is a when you get swinging. And if you are just joining us, we are on game 3. Duke has managed to bring us to that third and final one. Grinding it out. Not letting Philip get away with a slow hand, but ooh. A second Thomas. This one's the mem setter one. Not fully altered, it seems. Look how fast these two have played. You just immediately just going for that back and forth. Gonna gain back the memory, but again, mem setter does not matter. That first check may have dire consequences for the rest of the set. Right? Not ideal. Well, we do still have a rookie, so yes, you lost the Salah, but it's whatever. Just trying to keep the number small and keep the damage minimal. Because that would have been the second check that Rapid would have been able to do, and it would have been a pretty staunch Rapid as well. But things are relatively difficult. Because you could just build the 4 in the back again because it would be memory efficient. Or you could try and set up the... Or like set up for your kill turn. Obviously it's not a Patamon, so you're not getting something crazy. So I think that's why we are just going to see the Rapid built up once again. Obviously also the Rapid effectively makes it so the Zudo can't... Ooh, indecisive here from Philip. Unsure whether he has full combo here or whether it's even worth committing. But specifically the Rapid does a lot. Remaining to Hakamon as well now means that you don't have the threat of a Zudo unless you can make a 4, but you can't make the 4 and keep turn. Ooh, it does have jamming, so I don't hate this. Ooh, now I hate this. Now I hate this a lot. Reveal the Angelwomon ace. So both of them have had a pretty crucial tamer pop out of security. Obviously the mem setter is probably more impactful than the TK. It would have been pretty funny if you were just assuming that the Mac was going to show up. You could have just put the Angelwomon ace at top. I can't remember if you get to pick whether it's top or bottom. Nearly every single case bottom would be optimal, but it'd be funny if you could put it to top just so that way you could intentionally have it bounced back to hand by Mirage to memory, but as soon as we add cast to hand, we're kind of cooking. The problem though is we do know that the Veemon is in the list, and it has been revealed in game 1. So they could be playing around it, which I think is super relevant. Especially because the Digivolve here back to the Kudamon would basically be game unless they hit like a training to live and then reestablish. But you're asking for a lot. We are going to push up. We of course got rid of one of our level 5 targets, but... Oh, is it because they're gonna draw one? We've just seen the emissary, so we know emissary is doing something. And there's 7 cards in security. We're gonna go for the emissary for 1. Looks like we're gonna take that Angelmon Ace, draw and shuffle. And then it is 2 cards, so it's really just which order does he want them in. And then recover. Gain 2. And then when digivolving is burn 1, recover. So we're going to gain for the draw, but then -6 onto the Zudo. And then Rapid X is going to suspend all Digimon and then gain 2 memory off the Rapid X and then overflow 3. And then this should just be swinging for clear. Brother, please tell me this is swing for clear. There's no way that you don't swing for clear, because if you hit full moon in security, you lose the game. Like, you just lose the game on the spot. Yeah. Okay. Swing for clear. Obviously, we've already gotten our 2 memories, so there's not going to be any extra memory gained, but instead, Salamon. Ooh, and the gold Veemon making an appearance. So it is an armor vaccine. So it is a pretty common pick in vaccine armor, but it feels like Duke has been playing with like a 30 card deck, because we are just not seeing the other pieces that make up the rest of what you'd expect out of yellow vaccine. We've seen none of the Magnas, we've seen none of anything huge, and have we lost the level 5? If the Gomamon makes it back to him, then funny enough, the Goma actually represents +3 memory, so this is something that does need to be answered, which is pretty funny. Also, by passing 2, it makes it so that a full moon meteor impact represents a turn skip. Full metal blaze, I think, with this many cards in hand, also represents a turn skip. Even Awakening doesn't give you enough memory. So by passing him 2, he's done a really, really good job of like limiting the game actions here. And it does take us closer and closer to the end of regulation time. Our timer says 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure Limitless is also looking at basically 2 minutes. All right, gonna swing into security. Does trade with a burst mode. Yeah, we got 1 minute on the clock. Yeah, we're only about 30 seconds up. So yeah, 1 minute on the clock. Not quite in OT just yet. One thing that is funny now, though, is that has taken the overflow problem. It's actually probably better to not evolve unless you evolve exactly into Magnemon X Antibody. That works too. Ooh-wee. Thank you, TK. 2-cost answer to all of your problems. And we're just creeping back up. There goes the Magnet X, so gets to have his cake and eat it too. Fully protected. And now this is where we get to see Philip's deck building choices to not be on the... Well, actually I say that, but that's looking like a kind of pink... Oh, maybe we can become unblockable now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not completely not on it. He's just not needed to use it. Yep. We are fully unblockable. Omega lol. Yep. Gonna get the draw. Both of them draw 1. Any aces? That one doesn't have jamming though, which I'm a bit scared of. But that is not that is not a Magnet Digimon. All right, -5, and then yeah, no jamming is kind of big stinky. And that's overtime on our side, but it's going to be about 30 seconds before it goes into real overtime. Yeah, this is looking like yellow vaccine. Unless you can go Lanamon jamming to do it. Like, this is just straight up enough checks on board. Because swing on suspend, swing is 2 checks, and then if any of these make it back, then we're chilling. Both gonna draw 1, and we are gonna gain the 1. So it's crazy that he can just evolve for 0 with no training. Because of it's the ace target now as well, it's not even level 5. It's not even level 4 to bounce, so not gonna be able to like at least take one of the checks off the board. So we are currently still looking at lethal. Unless first check full moon meteor impact. That's gonna be first check full moon meteor impact into judge call. We are in time, so I believe Philip was turn 0, meaning Nugan is turn 1. And it is 3 turns or 5 minutes, whichever happens first. And honestly, with the way these two have been thinking, it may just straight up just be finishing in time, which, again, because the Veemon ace got revealed in security in game 1, it just shows that it's on the deck. In theory, this is game. Providing Veemon ace or a bouncing option doesn't show out of security. But even if it does, you're in such a good position, but it's Mirage. So if you don't kill him and this level 5 makes it back to you, you lose. Which is almost why I genuinely wouldn't hate no swing into Dropper Heavens. Or no swing into Dropper Expensive Death X. Like, it's not pretty, it's not clean, but it would probably seal the game. However, he's taken so long to think about this, it may also seal the draw, because I think Philip can arguably take just as long to think straight back, and it's really in his best interest right now to not let this game end. We are finally going to swing. First check. It is a Digimon, so we are going to unsuspend, gain the protection, and then this should just be straight up game. Come on, bro. Don't lose in time because you were afraid. Swing. Swing one more. Please. Like, oh, no, wait, it's 3 memory. You don't even lose in this situation unless it... Nah, it's Ice Wall. It does not matter. Come on, bro. There's no way you're playing around the Veemon ace. The Veemon would have shown up. We are going to swing, and then, yeah, there it is. So, a little bit cautious there. Nearly lost his own 1 game by not taking it. But sometimes you just gotta stare them deep into their soul and be like, nice map, bro, but you're not getting the 2 time. You are not nice like that, and I am gonna be taking this game. So yellow vaccine comes through with what definitely would be considered an upset. Great stuff though from both players. Really, really enjoyable game. Very, very clean. Pretty much no misplays. So, and both of them played through pretty rough hands. Like Magnet X did not show up until like 10 minutes before the shift ended, but you know, he did clock in and he did pick it up. So that is going to be the end of the undefeated run for Philip Decker, but I'm sure if he keeps playing well, then maybe he'll be able to still comfortably come away with some solid results. As a reminder, this is an offline regional, meaning I believe that means 8 Blitz Omnis are up for grabs, so you do want to place in that top 8. There is no Swiss, so that is going to be probably the last time we see him on stream unless it's a crazy pair up. But yeah, thanks again to noHEROES for hosting this. It's a very, very fun time, and I've been enjoying it. We are going to be going to a short break as we get ready for round 4 for the YouTube people. Hit the like button. And for the people in YouTube, if you're new to the stream and you haven't already hit like and you seen the poll, go hit like anyway. I think it helps. We're seeing more and more people roll in. If you're on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, check and see if it's refreshed. Your boy is not getting paid today. It's the labor of love, so make my labor more lovely. I don't know. See you in like 5-ish minutes.